A total disgrace and embarrassment to Scottish football. That is Heart of Midlothian 2, Petrocub 2. Hearts finished 25th. They draw to the team that finished last overall, and they won't be playing European football post-Christmas.
Yep, there'll be no European football in Edinburgh, and we can argue whether Edinburgh is maroon or green. For me right now, it's just brown. It's just absolute shite. That's what Edinburgh is right now. But let's focus on Hearts. 7 points. Only team to get 7 points and not go through. And I remember at the beginning of this, people were coming out with their fake little statistics saying that 7 points would get you through. And in the Champions League, they said 9 points would get you through. And I've pretty much been saying since match day one that 7 points will not get everybody through in the Conference League. 9 points will not get everybody through. Yeah, it can get some teams through, but it's likely going to come down to goal difference. And that's exactly what it's came down to tonight for Hearts, goal difference. Like I said, the only team to go out with 7 points, but they were the team with the worst goal difference. And when you look at it overall, averaging 1 goal over the 6 games, when you consider the level of opposition that Hearts were against in some of those games, then not acceptable. And, I mean, 2 wins out of 2, great start to the campaign in terms of results, but let's be honest, I mean, it was 2 wins against teams that Hearts should be beaten, so you can't, as good a start as it was an expected start, in my opinion, despite the shite domestic form. And then at that point, you only need 1 win to secure it, and unfortunately, the winnable game, or the really winnable game for Hearts, came in match day 6. Now, maybe if we played Petrocub on match day 3 and we didn't win, then things would have been, I don't know, maybe things would have been different mindset in the last 2 games, but I think people are always believing going into the last match, here, we're playing Petrocub, all we need to do is beat them. And if you know what, if you can't beat Petrocub, you don't deserve to win the next round, so it doesn't matter, goal difference, 7 points, 25th place, unlucky. I mean, fuck all that shit. At the end of the day, when you get into Europe, if you're told all you need to do is beat Petrocub at home and you've got European football after Christmas, you're taking that every single year. If you're offered that, you're taking that hands, and Hearts had it tonight, and they couldn't do it. So, I don't really want to hear about unlucky or penalty. I mean, it is a penalty. I know Michael Stewart's trying to defend Penrice. No, I'm not blaming Penrice, but, I mean, just got to be honest. Imagine that's against your team. I don't care if his hands are not fully extended. He's blocked the ball on the line for going in. If that's against your team, you're going mental. It was a penalty, right? And we can argue, it's close and this and that, but his arms are not down his side. His arms are out, almost half stretched to the left, and they move towards the ball. It is a fucking penalty. Michael Stewart, he's a prick. Sometimes he gets it right, but not all the time. He didn't get it right tonight. I'm not blaming Penrice. End of the day, look, Hearts are to blame. We should not be holding on to a 1 goal fucking margin of a lead heading into the last 10 minutes against Petrocub. This game should have been wrapped up. We should have been winning 3 or 4-0. And then if something like that happens at the end and you do concede a penalty, then it's no big deal. It's just a consolation. But you deserve what you get, man. You're leading by 1 goal and then that happens. And I don't want to hear about it being unlucky, because it's not unlucky. The game should have been bloody over 60 minutes in. Not based on the performance, but based on the quality of the 2 teams. Based on Hearts and based on Petrocub. Before a ball was kicked to you, Hearts should have had this game wrapped up an hour in. And it's their fault that they didn't. You know what? I don't even think they deserved to win tonight. Yeah,
I don't think they did.
We were the better team, but being the better team against Petrocub's no good enough. You're expected to be the better team.
What have we said recently, right? Rangers went out in the Champions League against a team that's sitting bottom of the Europa League in Dynamo Kiev. And, with a lot of things fired at Celtic, because a lot of the teams they've beat are sitting at the bottom of the Champions League. And they're actually all decent. This Petrocub are Moldovan jabronis, right? This had to be an easy win. And it was. Am I surprised? Even when Hearts went 2-1 up, man, it looked shaky. It looked dodgy. I mean, there's teams above Hearts that have went through, right, and they've only scored 4 goals. Work at it. How can a team be above Hearts and go through with only scoring 4 goals?
It's embarrassing, man. At Hearts. Borderline. It is actually embarrassing. Hearts.
Some of the teams that Hearts have been beat. TSC sounds like a bank. Selji, Borac, Ljubljana, Paphos, Shamrock Rovers in 10th for me is the big boy. Is the one that I'm thinking, right, how have Hearts finished closer to Larne and TNS than Shamrock Rovers?
Even you look at Larne tonight, their win over, is it Ghent or Genk? That's a better win than any of Hearts' results.
Yep.
I mean, I know it's a bit out of context, but even TNS losing 2-0 to Fiorentina, that's better than Hearts' 2 results against Fiorentina a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
When we got them in the group stage. So, yeah, it's just shite, man. We've seen other teams from, UK and Ireland get much better results than Hearts in this competition, and it's unacceptable. Because a lot of times we'll hear the excuses about, well, Scottish teams can't compete with English teams because of the money. Well, you know what? Teams from non-Ireland and Wales and Ireland shouldn't be able to compete with Scottish teams because of the fucking golfing money. Yet we've seen those teams and clubs put in better performances and get better results than Hearts have. So, absolutely shocking, man. Deserve to go it. Deserve to go it. It is what it is. Not good enough. And speaking it out, Critchley should be it. Guy should never have got the job. And I don't want to hear people say it's too soon, right? See, when you get a job that you don't deserve, I think you've got less time than a manager that actually deserves it.
Oh, absolutely.
See if you've just been thrown a bone, see if you've just been given a chance and the fan base or not even the fan base, but the media or whatever, everyone in general thinks, how the fuck did he get that job? For me, that you need to prove yourself. First of all, you need to prove yourself more quickly. I don't think you've got as much time as like a deserving manager would. And I think when things go wrong, you've got even less time. See, if this was an appointment I was happy with, I would be willing to give it a chance. But see, when it's an appointment that you never wanted in the first place and then you get proved correct, it's like, why wait? Let's wait to the end of the season. I don't think he's going to turn it around. See, if it was somebody good, somebody that we were interested in, you'd be like, right, well, give them this year and we'll see how they got on next year. But I don't want to see how Critchley gets on next year. I just want him to go and hopefully we can bring somebody else in.
I'm actually flabbergasted that Hearts have not made it through this. I'm not basing it off tonight.
Petrocub are way worse than the worst team in Scotland. You could argue maybe in the Scottish Premiership. Now maybe you want to argue that's us. But honestly, man,
yeah, but that shows you the level, though.
We're in a relegation battle. Anyone who's in denial, anyone who doesn't believe that is in denial. Like,
I mean, I don't even want to talk about the game, man. I was expecting a nice wee toasty Thursday night. The Thursday night competition. That's the real McCoy. A few coefficient points in the cup in the bag, and it's at the windy. And no, it's unacceptable, man. It is.
I mean, Fargas says he's a top 5 league player, and he couldn't do anything against a club from almost a bottom 5 league player.
All you hear about is Rangers and Celtic. They don't do that much for Europe. They fucking carry the coefficient, man. This is disgusting for Hearts. They should be ashamed. Should be bloody relegated to the Championship. This is worse than Progress Niederkorn.
Could you imagine
Could
you imagine the state of Scottish football if Celtic and Rangers actually did leave Scotland?
It would. No, I don't think people would. Yeah, it'd be more competitive, but competitive over what?
No, I'm not even. I'm thinking more just from a European standpoint.
It would be dead. No, you think the league? You think the league's qualifiers? You think the league's a laughing stock now? Imagine this was the team that finished highest without the old firm. Imagine if Hearts in the Champions League.
Our lowest ever was 27th. We'd go below that.
Oh, fuck aye. So
I think we'd drop out the top 30.
Let's talk about the game, shall we? I mean, there's not really a lot to talk about if we're being brutally honest. I mean, Hearts, 100th game for Hearts in Europe, ended with an absolute pile of shite. I've written the notes that Petrocub started the better team. Spittle actually turned around and said that Hearts started the better team. I'm going to disagree with that. I thought Petrocub was the better team for the get-go. And then I actually thought their goal was very good. We've got Ambrose, whips it in to Platica, and he puts it past Gordon. I think it's awful defending from Hearts, and you know what? I think with the far lines, it's very questionable that he actually might be off. But you know what?
I don't think Petrocub did start better, but I'm not. I thought Hearts were better, but it's not enough, is it?
No, it's not enough.
Am I really going to sit here and take pride in the fact that I thought we were better than Petrocub? No, it's fucking bare minimum. It's been better than Petrocub.
Petrocub.
Oh, I thought individually Hearts had some good moments, and Penrice was good. Forrest looked decent.
But Wilson was alright.
Danda thought was no bad. And Shankland. I mean, I don't think it was a horrible performance, but it wasn't good enough.
If you draw with Petrocub in a must-win game, man, it's horrible. I agree. I don't think it's a collective. It was horrific. I think, but then I say that. Name me the worst player on the pitch for Hearts.
I don't think anybody had a stinker. Put it that way.
But does that not just show you where Hearts are then? If no one has a stinker and they can't beat Petrocub.
No one had a good. I wouldn't say anyone. I wouldn't go as far as saying anyone had a good game either.
Yeah, man, just absolute shite. Wilson gets wiped out. Potential penalty. No, Petrocub ball whipped into the box. Free header from Policia. And this very easily could have been 2-0 before half time. And I tell you
Should
what,
have been 2-0 to be honest.
he gets booed off. Well, I say he gets booed. I mean, Critchley gets booed off. The other 11 players get booed off. You know what? I think he's got to go. I said if they didn't go through, he's got to get sacked. They're not going to sack him, right? Because that's just what happens. But it's like, no, we fucking said at the time, man. Why has this guy been given, like, you know, a 3-year deal to the end of the 27?
Yeah, see if you wanted to bring him in, it should have been a contract to the end of the season.
Absolutely brain dead is what that is. Brain dead. A guy with no credentials, nothing whatsoever. I just do not under. It's either going to go for a guy with this lack of credentials. Why not go for a guy that's actually fucking done it in Scotland? That makes more sense.
Because then he'd have credentials. Have he's done it in Scotland now?
Well, I mean, just managing Scotland. I mean, technically, Stephen Robinson's got no credentials, really. He's not won anything. You know, guys like him. But this fucker guy, I mean, this guy, Critchley, he couldn't run a bath. He's bogging. And the new manager points, you know what I mean? Like, what is the manager points? They need to get rid of him, man.
Is there a worse...
Hearts are a serious club, they get rid of him.
I don't know, is there a worse...
No, but look how long they kept Naismith. That makes me think this is going to be kept on longer and longer.
Yeah, that was, 18 games without a win? Imagine claiming to be a big club and not fucking... Not winning 18 games and keeping your manager stays.
It's disgusting. We come back for the break. Deanda has a shot deflected. We then get a goal. Oh-ho! Shankland flicks it down to wee Wilson. 17-year-old gets his first European goal.
Well, he didn't. It was a defender.
Alright, Shankland doesn't deflect it down.
No, it was good for Shankland. Controlled it well and tried to turn, get the shot, but he was tackled. And then it was a bit fortunate. But I thought Wilson took it well. Ball was slightly behind him. Didn't even smash it, just tucked it in. You can see the replay here. Great chest control there for Shankland. Rotates, 180. It's about to go in his stride here. I mean, it's great for Shankland, isn't it? And then the tackle...
Don't know why I thought it was Shankland quite clearly. See, in my head, I thought he flicked it down with his head. I didn't realise the guy tackled him.
No, I think it's a great control there for Shankland on the chest, and a bit fortunate for it to fall to Wilson, but I thought it was a good finish as well. Didn't smash it, didn't strike at it, just calmly slotted it in. Good goal.
Yep, good goal.
At this point, you think, right, game on, come on.
Game on. Spittle gets the second.
And what's really frustrating is, at 1-1, Hearts were going through. Hearts were still in 23rd place. So, even when Petrocub do score, I know we're jumping ahead a wee bit here, but even when Petrocub do score, you kind of just got in the back of your mind, well, a draw is going to be enough. But from 1-1 and 2-2, other results changed, which meant Hearts went from 23rd down to 25th.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's talk about the second goal.
Yeah, Spittle gets it. I think he was alright tonight, wasn't he? I mean,
I didn't enjoy his post-match interview, but
what did you not enjoy about it?
It's just cookie cutter shite, isn't it? Oh, we're trying hard, we're training hard. All we can do is look ahead for the fixtures. I like that time Sterling came out a year ago and basically said we're shite, and then he got dropped for 6 months. Maybe Spittle doesn't want dropped for 6 months, but I would have preferred if Spittle came out and just said, look, this is unacceptable, we're crap, we're not good enough. I mean, that's what I want to hear from
players. It's
a
thing of the past, man. I hate this whole,
we managers as well. Look at that time Ferguson went through his whole team after that time they won the cup.
Aye.
And that was winning cup. I'll win the cup. And he basically said, everybody outside the two attackers were shit. Well, what's happened to football?
What has happened to football? But then we get the handball. Petrocub. Is that a handball?
Aye,
Michael Stewart's greeting about it. Oh, that replay there. I can't believe it. He's not looking at it. He's walking away. Well, he did walk away. He pointed to the spot.
The only way I would want to see that other replay is if you're not convinced the ball even hits his hand. And sometimes for a certain angle, it can be difficult to tell. But see if the ball's hit his hand, which it did, then you don't need to see that other replay because it's a fucking fucking handball on the goal line. You know, it's like it's prevented a goal. There's no ifs or buts, man.
Shamrock Rovers scored 12 goals, man. They scored double the goals of Hearts. Look who Hearts have got. I mean, like
Shanklin, top 5 league player, and Kenneth Fargas, you know. Like, you've got a £5 million Shanklin and a top 5 league player.
Shamrock Rovers have got Johnny Kenny.
You know, that's what it is.
Johnny Kenny. And then, you know what, right? There's Hearts had about, 14, 12 minutes to get a goal. And
what did they really muster up?
It was hopeless balls into the box going nowhere.
Boyce came on, done nothing. Fargas was on, and every time he had the ball, he wasted it. Either played a pass that didn't find him around short, or he tried to take somebody on and lost the ball. Just garbage. Not good enough. Not fucking good enough.
Not shite. I mean, other teams beneath Hearts like Basic Shear.
You know what? Promising thing is, though, I mean, at least you've got like Wilson and Tate getting game time. Like, oh well, I mean, season's dead now. May as well just play the young kids.
Who did Hearts get in the Scottish Cup? Some Diddy team, wasn't it? Hibs or something?
Is it not Elgin?
I think it was Elgin City.
I think it's Elgin. Anyway, I would just play the youth.
Season could be over next month.
I know it could be. Hearts got the Scottish Cup and
just relegation fight.
Nobody wants that. Like,
nope, nobody wants that. Anyway, folks, that's it. Conference League review show coming soon.
I tell you what, that's just killed it for us because the Conference League's taking an almighty dip. Don't get me wrong, we'll still cover it because shout out to Shamrock Rovers, what a great season they're having. And I mean, just we should be having a Scottish team in each competition heading forward after Christmas and beyond, and now we don't, and Hearts have let the team down. Well, and we look at it, man. You look at this Conference League. This is the worst level of competition we've ever seen in a European format or competition or whatnot. I mean, this is look at half the teams in this.
I'm not taking the piss, man. I think you take most teams at the Championship, and I think they get through this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're still complaining about the penalty and saying it's so soft, but
no, do you not agree though? I honestly think Falker, Ayr, Livy go through this group.
I'd say we could have.
Because Petrocub are, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say Airdrie would go through this group, but
yeah, you didn't even need 3 wins.
No.
All you needed to do was the games that you win them a bit more impressively.
Yep.
That's all you had to do. 7 points would have been enough. But when you scrape past the Diddy teams, then you're not adding enough to your goal difference.
This should have been, I mean, on paper, this is like a 4-5. Easy peasy. And it's just not turned out to be that way, folks. So
no, I mean, Critchley should walk back to Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, to put it in perspective,
he can fucking hold Arnie Slot's hand if you want.
Petrocub have got a stadium that holds 2.6 thousand. They're third in the Moldovan League, below Seabrew and Sheriff Tiraspol. Just absolutely bogging, guys. I've nothing good to say about it.
And all this does, it sets back Scottish football again because, look, I don't think Hearts are going to pick up much more coefficient points, if any. But, you know, this is another win that Scotland should be getting. And when you look at it, you might think, oh, well, what difference would a win have made? We dropped out of the top 10 due to 0.250 points. We are 1 win or 1 draw behind. Well, we were behind Czech Republic. Obviously, that's changed now because Czech Republic's had a really good season. But you know, we were 1 result with Czech. So results like this, winning this can be the difference between getting an extra spot.
Hearts could have scraped through, right? And you know, you look at.
See if we picked up. See if we turned. If one of the Scottish teams turned a defeat into a draw last season, or turned a draw into a win, then it would have meant the winners of this year's league would automatically once again be guaranteed group stage football because we would have been above Czech Republic. But now we're not. Whoever finishes third this year is going to have to win at least 1 game.
Yeah,
you're not guaranteed to go into the
I mean, let's just put it into perspective.
And I tell you what, just see the way Scottish teams do in Europe. I'm not convinced We can say Aberdeen are looking good right now, but I mean, history shows that it doesn't matter whether Scottish teams get good draws or not in Europe. If you're not Celtic or Rangers, time after time, you fucking flop.
The top 8, right, is Jagiellonia, Shamrock Rovers, APOL, Paphos, Panathinaikos, Olympia Ljubljana, Betis, and Heidenheim. I mean, that's a massive missed opportunity there for Hearts.
I think Hearts should be looking to get top 8, like.
No, I agree. Yo, it's not only, I mean, it's 2 extra games, right, that helps the club massively. And also, you know, a chance to get into the next round. And it's just a joke, man. There isn't even a laughing matter. It's pathetic.
I don't know. Hearts went from finishing third last year, looking good. You and Cameron tipping them to actually finish ahead of Rangers this season. And where did it all fucking go wrong?
I don't know. Because they signed well.
I mean, I would have considered a distant third place finish in the league this year a bad season.
And now
now you'd probably take 10th.
Yep. Anyway, folks, that is it. Leave your thoughts down below and peace.